What is quantified self in layman's terms? Quantified self is a system of self tracking tools used to record and analyze data about oneself, designed to measure things that were previously unmeasurable. By becoming aware of our own physical patterns, thought patterns, learning patterns, health patterns, we can use that information to predict and improve future behavior. So, how is it currently being used? Quantified self is largely used in the health and fitness industry right now. Booming with wearable technology, quantified self allows users to track and manage their personal data for the goal of improvement. The same is true in education, except we are tracking scores instead of calories. So, how could it be applied to the classroom? In education, quantified self tracks learning patterns and skill mastery and gives educators an inside look into their students' minds like no multiple choice test ever could. By using quantified self, students can get a customized education plan like never before, something truly individualized but still attainable through the combined use of learning analytics and qualified self. So, what are some of the pros and cons for using quantified self in your classroom? The pro of using quantified self in the classroom is the data. The con of using quantified self in the classroom is the data. Unless you have a clear idea of exactly what you are going to do with all the data and how you'll create a real plan to drive towards improvement and tangible results, you're going to end up with a lot of numbers and graphs you don't really know what to do with, or you could read and interpret them incorrectly, and then you're just worse off than when you started. How could you overcome the privacy issue associated with qualified self? By notifying users that their data is not kept private is important. Also, perhaps users could opt out of data sharing and use their program for personal use only. Obviously, this would work better for some programs than others. Overall, I think quantified self is pretty cool. It makes sense that in our advanced technological society, where we need to know as much as possible about any one thing at any one time, much less how much we know about ourselves at any given moment. I believe it was Socrates who is credited with saying, "Know thyself." So now you know a little bit more about quantified self, and you might be able to recognize it when you see it in use or put it to use in your own classroom. Thank you.